Invitamos al resto de los asistentes a que por favor ingresen hacia el lado izquierdo. Hay mesas donde se pueden sentar. Damos un minuto, por favor. Namaskar. Good morning. Buenos días. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you to each and every one of you for being here with us today. And we are pleased to welcome our distinguished guest, His Excellency Dr. Jai Shankar, Minister of External Affairs of India. Today marks a very important milestone in the binational relationship of our countries. It is the first time that an Indian foreign minister visits Colombia, and this event today is an opportunity to find new ways of cooperation between our countries. The objective of this business forum is to energize the spirits of those who do business, that is, of each one of you. There is a little anecdote from India about whom is considered the best cricket player, Sachin Tendulkar, to explain it better. It is said that the Indian team was playing against their eternal rival, with the score against them, when the 16-year-old Sachin Tendulkar came to bat. The player from the opposite team bowled, and the ball hit Sachin's nose, causing to bleed. There was anxiety in the stadium, in the houses. Everywhere in India was shocked to see that. They asked him, "Are you going to continue with the game?" And Sachin's reply was, "Me khelega," I will play. Not only that day a star was born, but he inspired his team to win against all the odds. It was his attitude and mental strength that made this possible. Likewise, this forum is an invitation to everyone here that despite the challenges, cultural barriers, distance, and ways of thinking, you are willing to say, "Me khelega," that we will play, we will take it forward. So, my name is Cristian Salamanca. I am the Executive Director of the Colombia-India Chamber of Commerce. And it's my pleasure to welcome you, all of you today, to the India-Colombia Business Forum. I would like to greet our distinguished members of the main panel. First, and welcome to Colombia, to His Excellency Dr. Subramanian Jai Shankar, Minister of External Affairs of India. To His Excellency Mr. Balan Hurma, Ambassador of India to Colombia. To His Excellency Mr. Germán Umaña, Minister of Commerce, Industry and Tourism of Colombia. To His Excellency Mr. Luis Felipe Quintero, Vice Minister of External Trade of Colombia. And also to Mr. Jay Shroff, Head Chairman, CII Latin American Committee, and Chairman and Group CEO of UPL. Also to our speakers, we welcome them, and the CII delegation. Our program today is as follows. First, we will have an inaugural conference by our distinguished members of the main panel, followed by a presentation of Indian economy by Mr. Vinod Agarwal from CII, presentation by Mr. Raman Watambar, Director Latam MSN Labs, and a presentation by Mr. Manuel Salgado from ProColombia on India-Colombia business opportunities. With all this, I would like to invite His Excellency Mr. Vanlal Huma, Ambassador of India to Colombia, to deliver his welcome address. Thank you.
Your Excellency, Honorable External Affairs Minister of India, Dr. S. Jaishankar, the Minister for Commerce, Industry and Tourism of Colombia, Mr. Germán Usmania, Vice Minister Mr. Quintero, and Mr. Jay Shroff, distinguished guests, good morning, namaskar, buenos dias. It is my distinct privilege to welcome the Honorable External Affairs Minister of India, His Excellency Dr. S. Jaishankar, to the India-Colombia Business Forum on his historic visit to Colombia. During his short stay here, Honorable External Affairs Minister has had interaction with the leadership of Colombian government and has also met the Indian community. Sir, India and Colombia enjoy warm, friendly, and long-standing relations. What has lent strength to these 60 plus years of relation are the shared values of democracy, freedom, rule of law, and of course, mutual respect. Economic and commercial link has been a key pillar of our bilateral relations, which has maintained a steady growth over the years. Our bilateral trade has witnessed significant growth over the last decade and doubled in the financial year 2021 to 22 over the previous year, undeterred by the global disruptions and enormous challenges that we are all aware. Our exports to Colombia has maintained an upward trajectory over the last 3 financial years. Our economic engagement is further bolstered by the presence of more than 30 Indian companies in Colombia with an investment of over 1.5 billion US dollars. Sir, your presence here this morning truly reflects the importance accorded by you to furthering our business relations. I am happy to note that eminent personalities, captains of industry, and business leaders from both our countries representing different aspects of bilateral engagement are participating in today's deliberations. I would like to warmly welcome the delegation of Indian companies led by the Confederation of Indian Industry, CII, and headed by Mr. Jay Shroff, who have traveled all the way from India to strengthen business and investment ties between our two countries. We look forward to having a productive discussion today on business opportunities between the two countries. We look forward also with keen interest to hearing Government of Colombia's perspectives for expanding and deepening our bilateral engagements and cooperation. I am confident that this will serve as a vibrant platform for the shared objective of strengthening India-Colombia partnership for mutual benefit. I would like to thank Minister of Commerce, Industry and Tourism, Mr. Germán Umania, representatives of the Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Tourism of the Government of Colombia, Pro-Colombia, India-Colombia Bilateral Chamber of Commerce, and the Bogota Chamber of Commerce for joining hands with the Embassy to organize this forum. I would like to thank the Confederation of Indian Industry for leading a delegation of Indian companies and wish the delegation grand success during their visit. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, may I invite the Honorable External Affairs Minister to address us and share his thoughts. Sir.
It's better to speak. Honorable Minister, Vice Minister, Ambassador, Mr. Jay Shroff, distinguished guests. First of all, let me begin by commending the Confederation of Indian Industry for conceptualizing and executing this business forum today. I thank the Embassy of India, the India-Colombia Chamber of Commerce, the Bogota Chamber of Commerce, and Pro-Colombia for their association with this event and their support to it. As some of you would be aware, I'm on a tour of Latin American countries to explore how we can upgrade the level of our cooperation. Last year, I had done a similar tour to Brazil, to Argentina, and Paraguay. This trip is to Guyana, Panama, Colombia, and Dominican Republic. I expect to visit some other countries in the region in the coming months. But as was pointed out, this is actually the first ever visit by the Minister of External Affairs to Colombia. Our purpose in being here today is to highlight the growing presence of India in Latin America. Trade volumes between us are approaching the US $50 billion level annually. Our companies are investing significantly in the region, from energy and mining to agriculture and auto sector. The services sector has been led by the IT industry, which has built up a substantial delivery capability from this geography. Indian companies are executing projects in Latin America, including in infrastructure, power transmission, and mining. We are also delivering products in the shipping and aviation domain. Even where trade is concerned, while we naturally seek to expand its volumes, the decision before us is when, where, and how much to invest. The pharmaceutical sector is particularly seized of this challenge. Our endeavor is naturally to assess the comparative ease of doing business among the countries of this region. We focus on market access issues, regulatory complexities, and non-tariff barriers. Predictability of the business environment is also an important factor. To be honest, even the ease of getting business visas is a consideration. And not least, we assess how much the partner governments in question are invested in growing their relationship with India. There are no immediate or indeed final answers in this regard. This is an evolving situation, but where business is concerned, decisions will naturally be taken from time to time. Now, insofar as Colombia is concerned, the good news is that we have already built up a trade turnover of about $4 billion annually, as you heard from Ambassador. But for ready reference, I would like our Colombian friends to also note that India's trade with Brazil currently is around $17 billion and with Mexico around $8.5 billion. If nothing else, I hope it is a motivating factor. As Indian business approaches the region with a stronger desire to trade, invest, collaborate, and execute projects, business events such as this one and visits like mine, along with a business delegation, are helpful in taking decisions. We are able to weigh the pros and cons through direct contacts, actual experiences, and obviously also through networking such as the event today. The feedback that we receive from the Indian community in this regard has some relevance as well. From the Colombian perspective, it is necessary that you are conversant with domains where India has made particular advances in recent years. Health and pharmaceuticals are on top of this list. During the COVID pandemic, India truly established that it was the pharmacy of the world. And it did so by supplying almost 100 countries with vaccines and 150 countries, including some from the developed world, with increased supply of relevant medicines. The fact is that COVID has made us all much more health conscious, but also aware of supply chain vulnerabilities. Cost is also a relevant factor. If we are looking at more sources, regionalized production, and competitive pricing, I would suggest to our Colombian friends that Indian industry is your natural partner. India also has a traditional medicine and wellness practice that could have strong business implications. Certainly, therefore, these are areas worth exploring. The digital domain has also seen exceptional progress in India. We were able to construct a social safety net on a digital backbone that covered 800 million people on food support and 400 million on financial support. Even our vaccination program that delivered 2.2 billion doses went ahead smoothly because of its underlying digitally driven platform. Today, India is very much the hub of innovation and startups. This is a land of 100 unicorns and growing. Whether you are interested in cybersecurity or artificial intelligence, drones or space applications, reaching out to Indian business is highly recommended. Energy is also an important domain of convergence. There have been significant investments in the oil sector by India, and energy actually forms the core of Colombia's exports to India. We will be driving, that is, India will be driving, much of the additional demand in fossil fuel in the coming decades. That makes a stronger case for more sustained partnerships. India is also extremely active when it comes to renewables and electric mobility. These two are areas of potential engagement. Indeed, our established business in the auto sector, including two-wheelers, itself promises much greater growth, especially as these products evolve with time. Regarding agriculture and the agrochemical sector, I leave it to our own head of delegation to speak on the matter. Suffice it to state that by now, Indian companies have established a credible record. Indian business is not new to Colombia when it comes to pharmaceuticals. Dr. Reddy's, Cipla, MSN, IPCA, Aurobindo already have a significant presence. This is one of our major markets for two-wheelers, as you know, and Bajaj, TVS, Hero, and Royal Enfield testified to that. In energy, ONGC Videsh has taken a substantial bet on Colombia. When it comes to bioethanol, Praj Industries has made a name for itself. In IT and ITES, Infosys, TCS, and Wipro are among the established players. And I'm sure there are many names which I may not have covered. Now, I believe that the challenge before us today is to scale up what is already done, but at the same time, to look for new domains that meet emerging demands and equally factor in emerging capabilities. At the end of the day, business will go where it is welcome, where it is mutually beneficial, and where it is encouraged by policy. That is a message for all stakeholders. So let me conclude by thanking all the organizations and the personalities who have brought us together on this occasion. The primary objective of my visit, as I said, is to enhance economic cooperation. I'm confident that today's deliberations will make some contribution in that regard. Thank you very much.
Thank you, His Excellency Mr. Vandal Huma, Ambassador of India to Colombia, and thank you to His Excellency Dr. Jaishankar, Minister of External Affairs of India, for your words. Your visit here is very, very motivating. Now, I would like to invite His Excellency Mr. Germán Umaña, Minister of Commerce, Industry and Tourism of Colombia.
Muy buenos días, señor Heinz Haskar y todos ustedes, amigos que están aquí presentes. En primer lugar, tengo que decirles que para mí es una gran satisfacción estar al lado de un intelectual más que de un ministro, de los quilatus, de quien nos visita en el día de hoy. Leí con atención su libro en español, El Camino de la India, Indian Way, y para mí como profesor universitario que soy, como profesor de la Universidad Nacional ahora en el cargo de ministro, me dejó muchísimas enseñanzas, porque anticipó mucho de lo que está pasando en este momento en esa red nueva de la globalización con rostro humano que debemos tener en el futuro. La pandemia, la guerra entre Rusia y Ucrania, la desigualdad en los caminos de la globalización nos lleva a repensar toda nuestra política comercial, y en esa política comercial y en ese libro maravilloso escrito por usted, señor canciller, nos permite mirar la necesidad del multialineamiento, de no mirar simplemente a los tratados bilaterales, a lo que hemos denominado en algunos de nuestros textos la trampa bilateral, sino volvernos a integrar en un pensamiento común para recuperar el diálogo multilateral en los diferentes aspectos que se vuelven sustantivos para nuestros países. Y en ese diálogo multilateral, pues tenemos muchas cosas en común. La primera, por ejemplo, nuestra reacción frente a la necesidad de la transición hacia el desarrollo sostenible, por supuesto que lo compartimos, pero que no puede convertirse esa transición hacia el desarrollo sostenible en el tema ambiental en simples propuestas de control antidumping en lo ambiental y en lo laboral para cerrar los mercados. En eso estoy seguro que con la India compartimos la necesidad de la transición, la necesidad de la inversión para estar en el camino de la sostenibilidad y no la aplicación de mecanismos inmediatos como el del Pacto Verde de la Unión Europea, que conjuntamente tendremos que analizar con nuestros socios de la Unión Europea, porque es fundamental el camino de la transición y no el camino de la imposición. Por supuesto, compartimos en ese escenario multilateral todos los temas que tienen que ver con la salud, con el waiver en la salud que debemos promover tanto en la Organización Mundial de la Salud como en la Organización Mundial del Comercio, y trabajar en un equilibrio que desde el momento en que se definió la ronda Uruguay, llegamos a la ronda de Doha, que irónicamente denominaron ronda del desarrollo para generar esos equilibrios, pero esa ronda del desarrollo nunca ha tenido aplicación, por ejemplo, en un aspecto fundamental en el trabajo que tenemos que hacer con su gran país, señor canciller, en el tema de los servicios empresariales, el modo 4 de prestación de servicios, la libre circulación de las empresas y las personas, donde los avances en el marco multilateral son pequeños. Ya en lo particular, pues es que el señor canciller mencionó todos los sectores que son de nuestro interés. Acabamos de publicar no solo la política de comercio exterior, sino la política de reindustrialización. Y desde el punto de vista de la teoría del desarrollo, simplemente estamos recuperando el camino de la esperanza para promover el desarrollo conjunto con otros países. Cuando hablamos nosotros de inversión extranjera directa, y bienvenida a la inversión de la India porque tiene esas características, es necesario incorporar el primer factor del desarrollo como es el del progreso técnico. Para nosotros, haber compartido con ustedes sus avances tecnológicos, la transferencia de tecnología que hemos llegado, esa transferencia y esa innovación se vuelve un aspecto fundamental. El segundo punto, cómo esas inversiones esperamos puedan contribuir a nuestra incorporación a las cadenas de valor, no solo en los mercados internos que necesitamos fortalecerlos, sino en lo que podemos ofrecer como centro latinoamericano fundamental frente a otras propuestas latinoamericanas que existen, pero en el caso nuestro somos el punto de lanza para toda la comunidad andina, Perú, Bolivia, Ecuador, muchos de los países centroamericanos, y ahora esperamos en la recuperación del desarrollo de ese gran país que es Venezuela, en donde nosotros hemos recuperado esa participación. Entonces es la incorporación a las cadenas de valor de la pequeña y mediana empresa colombiana en alianza con las inversiones indias, no solo para Latinoamérica, sino para mejorar las características de nuestras exportaciones. El señor canciller mencionaba las importaciones que tenemos de la India. Son muy importantes, son bienvenidas, pero tenemos que buscar también la posibilidad de que crezcan nuestras exportaciones a la India. No porque la balanza comercial sea deficitaria, sino sencillamente porque en ese compromiso conjunto que tenemos en la nueva industrialización, para nosotros sería fundamental poder ofrecerles productos que necesita la India y que nosotros podemos fabricar y podemos desarrollar. Y la tercera característica es que de la India está llegando un desarrollo científico y compartimos los temas de hacer esas alianzas de desarrollo científico con nuestras universidades, con nuestros científicos duros. Es necesario que volvamos a ese esquema de la industrialización con desarrollo, con los químicos, con los físicos, con tanta importancia que atribuimos nosotros al desarrollo científico y tecnológico, así como ese objetivo compartido de respeto de los derechos humanos fundamentales y, por supuesto, todos nuestros científicos sociales, sociólogos, antropólogos, tanta importancia que le damos nosotros a la defensa de esos derechos humanos. Por supuesto, y con ustedes, hacer proyectos compartidos para el desarrollo de la ingeniería y para todo lo que tiene que ver con el desarrollo de la tecnología y la educación en el trabajo. En ese efecto y en esa nueva política de reindustrialización hemos compartido con el gobierno de la India nuestra propuesta que creo que es fundamental. En Colombia tenemos una tradición permanente de seguridad jurídica a las inversiones. Esa seguridad jurídica a las inversiones es un compromiso inalienable y es algo que nosotros respetaremos durante este y los demás gobiernos, porque en nuestro caso es una política de Estado, no es política de los diferentes gobiernos. Por eso la profundización y el análisis de nuestro tratado de protección de inversiones se vuelve esencial en este momento, pero el mensaje a todos los industriales aquí presentes es que tuvieron una seguridad jurídica absolutamente claro por parte de nuestro país, tanto en el contexto bilateral como en el contexto multilateral. Desde el punto de vista de nuestra oferta, y ojalá pudiéramos tener a nuestros amigos de la India permanentemente acá, pues hay toda una propuesta en turismo que tiene que ver con la economía verde, con nuestra naturaleza, con la Amazonía, para que ustedes puedan estar en un sitio maravilloso de Colombia y de Latinoamérica, lo que es nuestra protección del aire, del agua, de no tener deforestación, de promover las inversiones en ese aspecto, de todo lo que tiene que ver con nuestro proceso de paz y de convertir a Colombia en una capital mundial de la vida. Ya desde el punto de vista puramente empresarial, sus inversiones para nosotros son de la mayor importancia. La propuesta más una de las propuestas más importantes que nos traen en el día de hoy es sobre todo el sector de la agricultura y de la agroindustria. Y en la agricultura y en la agroindustria, pues esa es nuestra apuesta productiva fundamental, la segunda apuesta productiva, que es la soberanía alimentaria, recuperar los niveles de soberanía alimentaria. Algo teníamos que aprender de lo que ha pasado con el incremento de los precios de fertilizantes, la escasez de alimentos y el incremento de sus precios en esta situación especial de la economía mundial. pero esas son inversiones y propuestas absolutamente bienvenidas por parte del gobierno colombiano. Y también, pues lo importante en todo el tema de los genéricos e inclusive en algunos temas farmacéuticos ya de investigación, pero esa complementación y esa defensa de la producción de farmacéuticos genéricos para evitar, y así nos lo han enseñado en la India, el abuso de posición dominante de mercado que en muchas ocasiones ocurre en el sector farmacéutico internacional. Sus enseñanzas en esa materia han sido fundamentales y bienvenidas. Los servicios 4.0, los servicios tecnológicos, pues son parte de nuestro objetivo de reindustrialización y son inversiones de la mayor importancia. También hemos recibido propuestas y existen desarrollo en Colombia sobre el sector automotor, sobre la industria automotriz, donde la combinación es la que le mencioné, es muy importante la inversión. Ojalá en tecnologías limpias, en vehículos eléctricos, pero también con la incorporación en esas cadenas de valor de las partes, piezas, la transferencia en diseño que queremos tener para un desarrollo comprensivo del sector automotor en nuestro país. Pues es claro que los temas como ustedes, los temas de energía y el tema de la aviación, las autopartes, también la industria de los astilleros y en general los temas que ustedes han mencionado en el día de hoy, yo quiero transmitirle el mensaje, señor canciller, que primero tenemos la posibilidad en ese multialineamiento de compartir visiones ordenadas frente a los organismos multilaterales. En los temas que ya hablamos como farmacéuticos, en el tema como el Pacto Verde y en general lo que son todas las posiciones estratégicas del sur global, en donde Colombia está de vuelta, sin regreso, a los diálogos multilaterales. En segundo lugar, que todos los temas de la inversión se refieren a una seguridad jurídica absoluta que existe por parte del Estado colombiano. En tercer lugar, que en comparación con otros países tenemos una institucionalidad fuerte, una democracia equilibrada, unas reglas de juego jurídicas absolutamente ciertas y por eso somos un país atractivo para las inversiones. En cuarto lugar, que es importante promover nuestras exportaciones a la India para poder manejar aspectos de equilibrios comerciales importantes. Y en quinto lugar, que los sectores por usted hoy propuestos desde el punto de vista de la inversión y del comercio son del mayor interés para Colombia, son del mayor interés para la comunidad andina y puedo decir que son del mayor interés para esa nueva forma de relacionamiento, de complementación industrial, productiva y de servicios que tenemos con el hermano país en recuperación que es Venezuela. Muchas gracias a todos y nuevamente bienvenida al intelectual y bienvenida al señor canciller. Gracias.
Muchas gracias, señor Germán Umaña, ministro de Comercio, Industria y Turismo de Colombia. Es un honor también contar aquí con su presencia en este importante foro. Bien, quiero aprovechar para saludar a la delegación de la India, de la Confederación India de Industria, que se ha hecho presente acompañando al ministro. And I would like to invite Mr. Jay Shroff, Head, Chairman, CII Latin America Committee, and Chairman and Group CEO, UPL, to address this forum.
Your Excellency, Dr. Jai Shankar, External Affairs Minister, Government of India, Harman Umania, Minister of Commerce and Industry, Government of Colombia, Vice Minister Quintero, His Excellency Vala Human, the Ambassador of India, dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, it's a great honor to be here. Just want to let you know that UPL is present in Colombia for many, many years. We are the leader in the crop protection business here. We are also the leader in bringing sustainable technologies to the agriculture in Colombia. That business, Your Excellency, grew 50% last year, so it's getting adopted, and we are committing to bring technologies to reduce traditional fertilizer by about 30%, and we have lots of examples of that. We are also the first company in our sector, in the region and around the world, to be carbon neutral for the last 2 years. It is really my privilege to lead this delegation to Colombia, the CII Business Forum. We want to thank the Indian Embassy in Bogota for hosting this important forum on the occasion of the Minister of External Affairs of India. I would like to thank Pro-Colombia, the Indian Colombia Chamber of Commerce, and Bogota Chamber of Commerce for partnering with CII in organizing this forum. It is our privilege to accompany the Honorable Minister of External Affairs for this very important visit to Colombia. We would like to thank the Minister Jaishankar for his continued support for CII and the Indian delegation and Indian industry towards the economic engagement with various countries across the globe and to take it to greater heights. Today, I'm leading this delegation of Indian business from a wide range of industrial sectors spanning agriculture, food, processing, infrastructure, power and energy, pharmaceuticals, which represent some of the key areas which offer immense scope and future partnership. The Business Forum provides an ideal platform to interact with other business leaders. India and Latin America have never been more relevant to each other than today, with trade reaching an all-time high of 45 billion in the financial year 2022. The key to providing economic ties in the recent years is growing people-to-people contact, and there is a sense of optimism that India and countries in Latin America can continue an upward trajectory in the coming years. The Indian industry too is focusing on enhanced presence in Latin America through greater trade and investment portfolios, which currently estimates to be about 12 to 16 billion. The private sector, largely driven by economic engagement, the supportive role of the government has played to catalyze and to deepen the relationships. India and Colombia have friendly relationships and have established diplomatic ties in 1959. Trade and investment have been important aspects to the existing bilateral relationship. India is one of the largest buyers of Colombian coal and oil. Indian industry invested in Colombia is estimated to be 300 million in sectors ranging from oil, automobiles, agrochemicals, IT, textile sector, and pharmaceuticals. Confederation of Indian Industry has undertaken various initiatives to promote business linkages between the two regions. As part of our continued effort to create a platform for greater interaction between businesses, we have been organizing the LAC Conclave over the last few years. In this regard, I'm happy to inform that the 9th edition of the CII LAC Conclave is scheduled to be held on 3rd and 4th August 2023 in New Delhi. It will be an excellent opportunity for business to meet and to interact on all possible areas of cooperation, look for partnership and joint projects. I would like to take this opportunity to cordially invite you to join us at this important event, which is organized by CII in support with the Indian government, supported by the Indian government. Based on our discussion we have over the last 2 days, let me try to encapsulate the key sectors of engagement and scope of greater collaboration between India and Colombian business in the coming years. Firstly, healthcare, pharma, including R&D and new drug discovery. Second, information technology and other knowledge-intensive sectors like biology and innovation, including collaborations in the startup ecosystem. Third, we foresee a greater collaboration in clean energy sectors for sharing the best practices, sustainable technologies, green mobility, among others. Lastly, but not least, agriculture and food processing is an important sector which will ensure food security in the region. Going forward, we would like our bilateral engagement to go beyond trade and investment and encompass innovation, entrepreneurship, sustainability, and other more exciting industries, futuristic industries. With the support of the governments of both the countries, we as Indian industry look forward to a facilitative business environment to further intensify our interactions and engagement and work towards a beneficial partnership between both the countries. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Jay Shroff, Head Chairman, CII Latin America Committee, and Chairman and Group CEO, UPL, for addressing this forum. Now, I would like to thank once again to His Excellency Mr. Balan Hulma, Ambassador of India, His Excellency Dr. Jai Shankar, Minister of External Affairs of India, His Excellency Mr. Germán Umaña, Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Tourism, His Excellency Mr. Luis Felipe Quintero, Vice Minister of External Trade of Colombia, and Mr. Jay Shroff, Head of and Chairman of CII Latin America, for this inaugural part. I believe you will have some meeting. You are having some meeting, so I would like to all of you to please a warm clap for the delegation.